Morning, guys. Johnny, Mr. Forex Fire. Woke up this morning, feel like I've just been hit by a truck, but we'll carry on, see what we can see. Right, so we introduced CAD yesterday. We got a good 2% off that on the NY PM session, and there was a GBP USD 2% off that. The euro, I was waiting for this maneuver during yesterday. As you can see here, what I had marked out, it didn't come during the sessions, okay? But we've just started getting a breakout of the Asian session now, but also the NYPM, NY lunch hour, and the NY AM session of yesterday. We've just sort of wicked out of that at the moment on the 15th. So again, we're just anticipating wait for some form of pullback and displacement to come back in. Hopefully to come in below the halfway point of the candle. Okay. Again, there's no point in going to the 5 minute just yet because we may still push higher. We could say the momentum of this candle, it has came back to around about 50% on the 5 minutes, but we want to see a little bit more and then the displacement back. So the Euro USD is on the watch list. Let's have a look at the card. Again, we've had a pull out, and if you'd seen the videos I'd done yesterday, I also spoke about sort of zonal areas. We've got a lot of liquidity resting under here. We have came out and pulled out of this zonal area, and we've came and touched into about 50% of yesterday's Asia session. Okay, so again, that's on the 15. What I've done on here, I've gone down to the 5, and that would just incorporate, okay, the low to the high, okay. So go down to 5, the low, which is here, to the high. We've come back down into 50%. When you're looking for the buying opportunity, okay, when you're looking for the buying opportunity, the condition is you're waiting for a bearish candle followed by the bullish engulfing. So that's what you would need on the 1 min setup. That's what you would look for on the 1 min setup. Okay, there's the 50%. We're looking for the bearish followed by the bullish engulfing. There's the bearish and there's the bullish engulfing. We've missed a trigger point on here. So that's the trigger point. That's below here. And you're looking for a 1 to 2. So this is more or less done its move this morning. So the reason why I've missed this is because I was a little bit later getting up, got kids ready, and generally I just feel like crap, to be fair. So this here, looks as if it's going to be a winning trade for sure. So just a shame I wasn't up early enough to catch it. The conditions, the rules, the plan, the system, the strategy, the method, whatever you want to call it, it has done it to a T. And again, like I say, we just started looking at the CAD JPY yesterday because one of the other traders in the Discord that I have, one of my moderators, Sam, big shout out to Sam. She trades this, and she's been doing well with it. So I thought I would give it a go, and sure enough, it produced yesterday late PM, and it looks as if it's going to produce today. Okay, so we're going to go back to the 15 minute. We're going to go to the euro. Let's just take a look. It looks as if this one's going to, that's the cards when you go to the euro. So on the euro, that's what I was anticipating yesterday. It looks as if it might start doing it now. We've got 8 minutes left of this current candle. So this is the momentum candle at the minute. That's the candle we're watching. So I've got 8 minutes to go. I want to see 8 minutes displacement come in on the 15 minutes. So what I mean by that, I want to see this push down and go below. And this could be something I add in. I wanted to sort of engulf that, if that makes sense. A 15-minute engulf. I know we do the engulf on the 1 minute. I think incorporating this on the 15-minute structure is going to help as well. It's going to give us more quality. So we need an engulf in 15 minutes, to be fair. And if we go to the GU, we'll see where we are in the GU. Right, it's a similar sort of scenario on the GU. We've swept above here. This was a double top yesterday on the PM session in the New York lunch hour. But another key area of why this is stalling is clear to see. It's this here. You can clearly see, okay, let's just see if I can get it. You can clearly see there we've come back up to fulfill a gap. Okay. So what we can do with this, just fill that out there, and we'll do that there. That's come up and touched through that. So it may not happen, but I would suspect hopefully something like that, and then we could come back down to that true date open. So the Asian session of the GBP USD, we've got a true date open down here where price opened in Asia. Okay, so again, it's going on the momentum candle. The current momentum candle is this. We would want an engulf in 15 minutes, which is going to be taking out the previous candle. Again, just stop a share minutes. So when I say engulfing, it's like what we're doing on the 1 minute for the trigger. I do believe massively if we put the 15 minutes on maybe an engulfing as well, it's going to give us that little bit more confluence. We'll try and add it in on this today. So it just means momentum has done a displacement shift and it swallowed the previous 15-minute candle. There's high probability with the trades probably being more confluent and better in probability for us. And it would stand us in good stead. Yes, it's probably going to give us less trades, but this is already a quality system. And it's all about when you're looking at the trades and the setups, in hindsight, you can see them when they've done the move. It's getting the finer art of understanding the timing of when you want to get in. So that 15-minute spike up, okay, when you get that breakthrough, we want to get, in this instance, we want to get to engulf that buying candle to come back through and sell through its body. If it does that, it's engulfed and swallowed up the whole of that price. That gives us the displacement. So when we go into the 5 minutes, the conditions is going to be a little bit better, you know. So just going to share the screen. And it's just wavering about at the minute. It doesn't really have to engulf. It's just, I'm hoping I do get one in one of those conditions today to see how the reaction sort of follows through on the system. But at the moment, we can see, like I said, that's on 15-minute, but we should be on the 1. It's just faltering on the 1%, on the 2% area, sorry. Again, the Asia true date opens up here. So again, that could have been a further target. Okay, you would have had an entry around about there. A true day target, which a true day open, which is up here, would be a 1 to 4. So it's going to be interesting. I'm a little bit niffed with myself or peeved, if you want to put it that way, due to the fact that I just see missed this. I'm normally up at this time anyway. It's like 8:05 when the trigger point came in. So, like I said, definitely a take partial was there. 2% is possible, but to go back to the true day open, okay, it is a 1 to 4. And I just want to go back to that 15-minute for now. Just take a look. Right. Now, if we come into the 5 minute, and yeah, no one, go to that euro, go to the 5 minute. See, price is still wanting to push higher. I said this one would be the momentum candle because it's the current candle that is moving. It's still got 2 and a bit minutes left, and it's wanting to push a little bit further. That's no sweat to me. It just means that price may want to spike and break its cover a bit more out of here. Uh, why would it be wanting to push higher? Well, if we look here, we also have a gap and a true day open that needs to be filled all the way up here. We also need to understand there is fair value right there as well. I think this was why I had the spike to here. So we've got a couple of areas above there on liquidity that we're looking at the moment. Again, the GU, uh, the gap is up here, and then we've got the order block a little higher up. But on top of that, we've got one of them FU wicks, So again, that comes into conjunction with where that order block is. Just come back on this. You see this order block? It's a FU wick, so we might see price want to go that little bit higher on here. It's fulfilled the gap at least. We may want to see this push that little higher up. We'll go back into the card. The card is pulling back. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to just pause the video for now. I'm going to go and get myself a cup of tea. Uh, see if I can wake myself up a little bit more. We'll see if this 2% comes through. It did do the take partial. The bigger target on the CAD JPY will be 4%. The euro, we understand when we're on that 15-minute candle that we're watching at the moment. We're still waiting for the momentum of it to shift down. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of that because it doesn't look as if it's going to be on this candle. It may have to come on the next. And then from there, the GU, again, the higher targets are the gap and the FU candle wick on the top because we have broken out of all of that zone. We have broken out of all of that. So again, the momentum's there for now on a couple of the GU and EU. The CAD JPY, it's already in that trade. Just a shame we haven't been able to hit it. With regards to the momentum now is on this part. So there's a good chance that there could be a 15-minute engulf through this. But it would be nice in this instance on the GU to see it crash through that as well, to be fair. One last time on the EU side again, we spiked. We're just waiting for this candle to see what it does. And then going back to this here, it looks like we're going to get the 2% on this. So I'm going to pause the video. I'll be back in a short while, guys. Right, so I just thought I'd jump on there, guys. You can see here the 2% has been hit. Clearly see the 2% has been hit right there. There we go. It just popped through its nose. So again, just it's a shame I was not at the screen, but like I say, I followed this and told you where the entry was, the model and everything was spot on. X-book maneuver. So 2% on that with a potential 4%. Again, I'm just basically waiting for the displacement. And look at this. So far, it is doing it on the 15-minute. We've swallowed this candle here. So the displacement is coming in. I think like I say, we always learn as we vlog things. So again, when I'm on what we would call the momentum candle, I think it's a good idea to put something that's going to help us indicate things. So we could put what I would call a momentum wand. So on the candle that's at the moment active, we obviously want to come below here to get that displacement. So anything that comes below there, so say like price had closed there, reopened there for the next candle. When the momentum is coming up and down, okay, we want the body of this candle to close below that. That is going to give us our displacement back in. The further down this goes, the better for us, because it will be fractal in the nature of three candles when you go to the 5 minutes, So again, that'll tell you when you're going to get the breakout, the retrace, the 50% there, the discounted stuff for the 5 minute ready to trigger into 1 minute. The more that this momentum candle pushes down, the better for us, to be fair. Okay, so again, what we're going to do is we're going to continue to monitor this. At the moment, this is acting nicely for us. We've got the momentum wand on there, and we're going to go with the GU. I suspect the GU will be doing the same. Yes, the momentum wand is on here. This is sort of starting to react on the bias that I wanted to do, where it's going to follow this path. We do need to be a little careful on this one, because on here we do have that gap here, which has been fulfilled, which is good. Okay. However, we do have that high liquidity with the what we call like an FU wick as well. So we just need to be mindful of what this one's doing. But if we follow the rules and what we do, then happy days. We can see the MACD's weaning off as well. Okay, so go back, look at that card. Like, it's definitely spot on that. It started to wick off from that 2%. So you can see here where the shaded green here, it's a different color to what this bit is. So we can see that this has hit the 2%, which is happy days. We'll see if this will continue to the 4. Back to the euro again. We've got around about 7 minutes. I'm going to go make that cup of tea now, guys, and then we'll come back after around about what, say 10 minutes time or so, or 7 minutes, just after 1:45. I'll see you all in a bit, guys. Okay, guys. Cup of tea in hand. I need it. Waking up a little now. So back to the charts. Again, we're on the 15-minute Euro USD. We've got the momentum wand out. We have broken below the body of the previous candle. We have what we call displacement coming in after we've had a break of this structure. 10 seconds left. When we do this, we can then go to that the 5 minute, I should say. And we'll anticipate the future moves. We'll go down to 5 minutes. There's the 5 minutes here. We pull out from the high down to that low, knowing that that is the 15-minute displacement. What we ideally want to see now is what we call separation. So as the price is now coming back in, and we can put a wand on here as well, we are waiting for price to not touch this instantly. There's no hard and fast rule with this, but if we do get a bit of air between where we are now and the 50%, it tells me that the momentum isn't quite there to want to push and then want to go to take this, okay? And this is what I call a separation candle, right? So this can do what it wants. The more it stays confined within this space, okay? If we use an analogy like a fish tank, the 0 to the 0.5, we want to have that breathable air between that. This will then tell us that we've got what we call a separation candle from the swing low. However, if price wants to continue further down, we are simply just following the price on this, okay? If this stays bearish, we would then just move the momentum wand to the next candle and repeat the process where we want to see the separation in here, So again, really good value in this lesson today. As I've progressed in what I'm doing, I'm starting to smooth out and iron out the crinkles that we have in the system. We'll go to that CAD JPY. We can see we more or less go into the 4% now. So this has been a cracking trade here. Although we did miss the trigger entry, we need to check that GU before I forget. So again, From the 15-minute, we can see here the 15-minute has swallowed this up. That's telling me that there's displacement there. We're going down to the 5-minute. So what we're doing is we're drawing from the 5-minute down to this here. At the moment, this is our momentum candle. So again, between the 50% and the swing low, we're waiting to see if we get that separation between here, okay? If you are getting more golden nuggets from this video, if you're watching on the Discord, drop the emojis on there. If you're watching this on the Facebook, where I drop these on Facebook, and you're writing these little golden notes down, please drop a comment, hit the like, hit the share button. But more importantly, especially on Facebook, show the support and hit the stars, okay? So again, we're on the momentum candle here, and we've got the wand, the arrow icon. I just call this a momentum wand. I want to see a separation between here. Other than that, we're just sitting on our hands for the next few minutes, guys, and we just understand that obviously the euro, USD, we can see we're going to get some form of doji by the look of it, which is indecision, which would tell me we're going to pull back into this at some point. Again, the momentum's starting to come back into the bulls. It just doesn't want to decide what it wants to do. The GU, we are currently watching this candle. When it comes to the charts and watching what the candles are doing and the price action, I'm a very visual person, so I like to drop icons and annotate where I'm at, what things are doing, so I get a good understanding. And this is a perfect way of doing that. We'll go back to that CAD JPY. Again, really upset myself that I didn't catch this. We're about 9.5 pips. You'll see here 95 points, 9.5, so it's 9.5 pips. We are just away from it. And in fact, we've pushed a little bit closer. We are now just under 9 pips. So far, really good session today, in my opinion, for the way I'm starting to sort of iron things out with this stuff. And it's all about, like I said, it's all about getting the timing correct. But the more we sort of annotate and get the things done on the higher time frames, which is your 15 and your 5 minute, okay? The 1 minute, we've got it down to a T with regards to the condition you need with, if you're looking for the sell, you want to see a bullish candle and then an engulfing sell-off. If you're looking for a buy, you're needing to see a bearish candle with a bullish buying condition. Sell off, you need a bullish candle with an engulfing bearish sell off. So bullish, engulfing bearish sell off on the sell. On the buy model, you need to see a bearish candle with a bullish engulfing buy off. Okay, so again, take notes with these. We've come out with a 5 minutes, and that is our swing low. That's a swing low. So now we need to see hopefully a separation candle here, because this has made a lower here. Okay, so close a candle, doji, candle starts here. So we need this to be hopefully staying where we are. We don't want it to touch that 50%. We'll keep that momentum wand on there. Euro, again, similar process with this. This has been a low. The candle has opened here, and this is going to touch the 50%, to be fair. So this could be a little bit iffy on this particular one. But like I say, we just follow the price. We'll see what it does. It might be a case that this might just hold out. We just need to wait and see. Back on the euro. Let's have a look at the strength. So we're looking at the euro and the GBP. Euro and GBP both in the 60s to 70s. The USD is pretty weak. It's half to that of this. So again, guys, They say the strengths are not in our favour this morning, to be fair. But all we can do is just keep an eye on things. And what we've got just under 2.5 minutes. This is good because now we're starting to push. We've had a wick up to here, but we didn't touch the 50%. We're now pushing down a little bit with the momentum. We'll go back on the euro. Same with the euro. It's starting to turn into a bit of a doji. 2 minutes left. Can it whack a good cup of tea on the morning? The other thing we don't want to see is we don't want to see this momentum push further down here. We do want to keep within the confinements of our fish tank, as I will call it, okay? We don't want to see a break. If we get a breakthrough here, it means we've got to expand our window, and we don't want to do that. Let's put that GU. This looks like it's going to break it. It's not what we want, and that has. So now what we're seeing, guys, is the momentum wand. Yeah, because that's the low. That's clearly broke it, guys. So now we're expanding the wand here. We are now going to be going into the next candle as well. So that means the EU is going to be doing it. Yeah, they generally move the same, to be fair. We're going to expand the condition. And what we're doing is we are going to open this up. It's a shame. That is a damn shame. So again, that's the displacement coming back through. And if we go up to 15 minute, you're going to see obviously the displacement that's came back in. We do have an order block here. Come back into 5 minutes. 30 odd seconds left. Go into GU again, follow the price. Let's have a check in on the card. Card is almost at the 4%. So the candle's going to close and then we're going to open here. Same preference, guys. But would be good to see that separation candle between here. It does work in our favor a little bit because it does widen the space of breathable air. We'll have a look at the GU again. We just want to keep that breathable space between there. We'll go back to that card. I'll check in on the Discord, see what's been happening. I'll just update the guys in here. Update this. And then I can post this in here. Let's have a look. Card JPY almost at the 4% target. Nice. Nice trade. Followed the plan to the come back into what we're watching. So we've got 2.5 minutes. I'll pause the videos for a minute, guys. Again, we've got the separation. We're starting to get the separation candle again. We've followed price. It came down. We'll come down here, like I say, the 15-minute. We can see the displacement in there. What we've got here on this wand is what I call my momentum wand. But again, we need to see a separation candle. It's got to be between the two lines here. And it's the same sort of principle with regards to what we're seeing here on the GU. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, be back in a few minutes to see if we can get the plan to go back down into the 1 minute for the trigger entry. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Would you believe it, guys? A few seconds left and we broke lower. Damn annoying, damn annoying. The GU. Right, now we have a separation candle on the GU. So again, we can go down, we can wait until we get that 50% touch, okay? So again, we come down to here, we want to see a 50% touch. You know what we're needing to see is some momentum and then an entry into here, okay? Maybe down into the true day open. But again, EU normally follows GU and vice versa. So what we're seeing at the minute is this is now starting to push down. So it looks like we're following price, unfortunately. We most certainly are on this. The CAD-JPY, we are literally on the cusp of a 4%. We're about 3 pips away. And like I said, the candle at the minute on here, we're still on the momentum candle. We followed price on the GU and we've broken lower on E. So we're back to the momentum part. We need to see price stop within here. And then we need to see a separation candle here, to be fair. So we've got 3 minutes left. So we'll go on the EU. We'll shift out our ones. We'll get rid of that because we know we broke that. We need to put this here. So we'll just need to see a pullback in a minute. CAD-JPY, we're just about off the 4%. Again, it's just trying to stall. I'm going to pause the video, guys, because I don't want this to run on for too long, because we've got a lot of golden nuggets in here this morning, and I hope you are taking notes. I'll come back on once we hit the 4% on this, and also hopefully we'll get some form of pullback in here. We can see the range low to high. Hopefully we're coming back down just to test the order blocks, and then we may get that 50% retrace into the discounted area. Okay, so I'll be back in a short while, guys. Hi, quick update, guys. So we've got a swing low. We're now on the momentum candle again. We just want that breathable space for the separation candle. The GU, similar process. We're just waiting to see if we can stay within the tank. The CAD-JPY, it has dropped a little from just near enough hitting the 4%. If I started seeing this and I was in on it live, I would possibly just have closed out. But so far, really impressed with how this has reacted down to the T on the progress, its conditions, the bias, the model, strategy, the method, whatever you want to call it. It has played out beautifully on that. Again, the EU and GU, we're just on this momentum candle at the minute with our momentum wand for annotation and to help us identify what's happening with price, on the understanding if we break below the liquidity lows here, we are just going to extend our price brackets. Other than that, if we stay within this in the next 3 minutes, we then have that separation candle area, and then we just basically wait for the 50% touch. So happy days. And it looks like it's going to be a pain in the backside, this one, because it's wanting to come lower. there's only so far this can come down, okay? Because if it comes and breaks down below here, it'll have already just started its move off to take the sell side liquidity, okay? We just need to persevere, and we only enter the trade when it meets the criteria and it meets our conditions, okay? So again, I'll pause the video. I'll be back in a few minutes. Hi guys, we are coming into, it's doing it again, it's doing it again. We're coming into the final 20 odd seconds, and so far the EU is behaving what we wanted to do, but still 10 seconds we could still drop below here. The GU has been a slight pain in the backside, to be fair, because it has just here wicked underneath these lows here, because it was there. There's a slight wick. See, so it's going below the price. So this here, we need to move this along. The euro, we've got our separation candle, okay? So this here, we've got our separation candle. When we get to this part, we can set an alarm. Set an alarm for when price hits this, which would be fantastic. I'll just make sure I've got my thing set up. I'm just going here. I'm just going to close all the windows for the screenshots on those. So again, now we have the separation candle. Now we need that. We need to hit that. So the EU is doing well. We're starting to get another resurgence on here. We do have fair value on the card. Will we get the 4% on that? We remain to be seen. Hopefully this here will not go below that. If it does, it makes it harder for us, in all fairness. We do want to see a 50% touch for the discounted price. What we've got with regards to the 50% up to here is a good 10 pips, which is about standard, to be fair. So all eyes at the moment is on the EU for an entry. We are looking at the GU and just following price. We've got the momentum wand. Prices just want to go lower. Let's just take a look at why. We'll look at the euro and the GBP. The euro is pretty strong. It's the euro that we want to get a bit of strength in to touch the 50%, to be fair. The euro is pretty strong. The USD is starting to gain a bit more strength. The GBP and the USD, which is the one that's tanking at the moment, the relative strengths are around about the same, okay, 48 to 43%. So again, the euro is now starting to tank as well, which is not what we want to see. The USD is gaining strength bit by bit, and the euro is coming down as well. So bit of a pain this morning, and we can see here, there we go. We've just tanked. I just want to check to see if there has been any news, because that was quite a significant little drop there. No, we do have your retail sales coming in the next hour. No news has dropped as such. Within the next hour, we've got retail sales at 10 p.m. So we could be gearing up to this, to be fair. We have had a significant drop in here. And there was a vote of no confidence yesterday in France. Okay. Yesterday, when we did a video, there was a huge spike in price when we were watching the euro. That was because there was a bill, there was a thing passed in the European Parliament for a vote of no confidence in the PM. So again, we may not get an entry as such now on the EU to what's the word, on the EU USD. We have made a new low. We've broken through that. It's getting too wide this now for me, for my liking. Again, we're following price on the GU. We need to see this in here. So again, if this is over 10 pips, yeah, it's starting to get a little bit too wide for me. So the CAD JPY looks to have been the one that was for the trade today. I'll pause the video, guys, for a bit, and we'll come back, and then I'll make a decision whether I'm going to continue to follow the price on this or not. Uh, it's just a damn shame I wasn't up early enough to catch this 2% and a possibility of 4%. Okay, but as I said earlier, there's been plenty of good information in this session this morning, so you should be taking notes as we sort of iron out the wrinkles and the crinkles, and we sort of look at annotation and how we can put things to be more visual on the chart to help us with our trading aid, as they say. Okay, so I'll pause the video. I'll be back in a short while, guys. Let's just take a look. Right, so I just thought I'd come back on, guys, because the alarm's gone off. I think it's the CAD JPY. Yes, we have hit 4%. You can see here the wick on here has went through the 4%. I just need to update this. And we'll get this on here. We'll put on here 4%. And we'll just hit on this. We'll do this on here. And we'll just update everybody into the Discord. And we'll go and have a look at the other pairs. So we've got the 4% on here. Looking at the euro, USD, price is just continuing to come below here. We do have a separation candle there now, to be fair. Excuse me. So we do have the separation candle here. And now what we're waiting for is price to come and touch into the 50%. But again, excuse me, let's look at the euro to the USD. Euro's 57%, USD's 46. So it's a little bit hitty missy. Let's see what the GU is doing. Again, the GU, we do have a separation candle, but prices want to push further down. The GBP is 50, the USD. So we might get a little bit of consolidation on this because at the minute, we just need to keep an eye on those. But 4% coming back to the true day open on the CAD JPY down to the T. Fantastic trade this. To be fair, it's certainly one to have on the tradable list. So maybe if going forward, if I keep out of the SPX and the NAS 100 and just trade the CAD JPY, the GBP USD, and the Euro USD, you know, so this could be 3 assets. I think is more than enough on the FX pairs to keep in mind for what we're doing on this. So very, very happy with that, to be fair. We'll just look at this. Are we actually going to break through our true deal? And we have tapped into it, and the 4% is there. I just want to see if we will like break through it, so to speak. Because if we do break through, we've also got the Asian high, you know, so looking at this from that aspect, okay, you would, like I said, that would have been your entry. The SL would have been there, and if it goes to the Asian high, it's a 1 to 6.31. So I suppose I could keep this on here to see if the 6.31, which is the Asian high, to see if it would have returned all the way back to there. So we'll actively keep an eye on that as well. We're coming back into the Euro USD. We do want to see the push back into this. The GU again. It's not doing what it wants to do. So I may sack off the GU at the minute. I'm going to give this up until around about, we'll see, 10 a.m. Okay, we'll give it a 10 a.m. If entry does not show itself on the EU and GU, we'll just close the session off for today. And what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I'll only come back on if we actually come in to hit the 50%. Okay. So again, this video might have been around about 40 or 50 minutes long, but I'm not going to come back on unless we take the 50% to take us down into the 1 minute. Okay. So I'll be back on in good time, and we're either going to be closing the video off or we're going to be talking about the entry coming in on the Euro or the GU. Okay. I'll be back in a while, guys. Right, okay, guys. So this is where we're at. Okay, it hasn't taken long for to decide this. To be fair, prices just want to push even lower and lower. We're just getting too wide of a gap to do this, to come back in to do the retest for my liking anyway. Uh, and again, prices breaking lower on this as well. So let's take a look and take scope. The EU and GU setups are potentially there. However, we're going too much into the London session sort of thing. And we've tested the low as in the displacement too much where we've come down. So I do believe this will go lower, but it may not be a case of it's going to come back and test the parameters in the conditions where we need it to. In this instance, we call it like prices left the station. Okay. So again, we don't want this to be too wide of a gap because it just means we've got to hunt too far, you know. So like I say, in this instance, the GU, you're looking like what, 13 pips. So you're going to need nearly 26 pips for an entry. So it would technically mean we're going to be breaking to below the true day open and the Asian. I like to have these targets. If we break them and want to come back in, I would like to have these set as targets within the field of play, if that makes sense. And likewise with the this EU, we've got 13 pips. So you're going to have to target well below the true day open and the session of the Asian. Yeah, there is a target here from the PM session yesterday, and there is imbalance here from the other day. But I'm not liking the EU and GU what I'm seeing now, because price has moved a little bit too much, because we did the high breakout 15-minute anchor. We come down, pulled back, so we got a lower high, and then we got a lower low. Okay, so I'm not liking what I'm seeing on this at the minute, so I'm just going to stay out of it. However, the CAD JPY to the letter, to the T, absolutely bang on. Let's break this down from where we were this morning. I was later getting up because I felt like I'd been hit by a truck. However, the 15-minute anchor point, we broke below all of this zonal liquidity I was talking about in yesterday's video. Okay. Not only that, we come to test into 50% of the Asian previous yesterday. So key levels were met, not only with the break of structure of the other zones in sessions, but also a 50% retracement, which is the equilibrium of any value of price action. We dropped that to the 5 minutes because there was a displacement of 15. You can see here the displacement came in, market structure shift back up to here. We took it down to the 5 minutes. Okay, the 5 minute being we wait for a separation candle. We had the pullback here. Separation candles were here. Then we touched into the 50%. To the letter, to the T, bang on the money. We then go down to that 1 minute and look for its entry. The entry criteria was this here. We're looking for a buy, so we need a bearish candle followed by a bullish engulfing after we get the 50% retrace. We look through here and it didn't come in until we got to this bit. Okay, this bit right here was where the bearish candle was. The next candle was the bullish engulfing. This was the entry level. You can see little to no drawdown, conditions met, 2% here. However, we did notice that there was a true day open within the session of what we come into today. There was a 4% target here, okay? It's more or less 50% of the Asian session coming into today. Target acquired there, but we also have a session high of Asian from late last night going into this morning as a possible further target, which will create a 6.31%. Now we've hit the 4%, we went through the 2%. Will this continue to go up to that 6%? Now, if you'd seen my videos from yesterday where I was showing you risk management and taking partials on the way up, there's every chance you could get every little bit squeezed out of this, squeezing that orange and getting as much out of the price as you can. This will be the further target. So I'm going to end the video now. Okay, so there's been some great analogies, some great analysis, great setups on this. The euro and the GU, I'm just not like it's too far away from me now. I will continue to watch it, but it'll be off screen. Will we get to this 6%? We'll wait and see. I'll update people in the Discord if we do hit that. If you're watching this on Facebook, remember, comment, like, share. If you're getting value out of this video this morning, go into the comments, drop your comments, let me know where you're watching from. Are you enjoying the series of what I'm doing with this? And more importantly, hit those stars in the Facebook, guys. We will be aiming to get all this together, compiled up, and doing it into the Discord. Once we go into 2025 and I put this fully and set up into the Discord, that'll not be coming on the Facebook. It'll just be kept with all the conditions and everything inside of the Discord. So if you are following along at the moment on Facebook, then you need to get inside the Discord, because that's where everything will be shifted to, from all the conditions, the setups, the criteria, the plan, the method, the strategy, and how you need to get in on the entries for a more consistent price action. Okay, guys. So my name's been John, Mr. Forex Fire. I may be on at New York AM session, which will be around about 2 p.m. UK time, and then that might be uploaded tea time later on today. Okay, but comment, like, share, guys. If you're in the Discords, hit the emojis. If you're in Facebook, drop in the comments, hit those stars. See you later.